Have you ever noticed? Some people only realize your worth after you're gone. Not because they loved you, but because your absence removed the mirror they used to avoid their own reflection. They don't miss you. They miss the illusion you held up for them. And when you walk away, that illusion collapses, Jung would say. That's when the shadow begins to surface. At first, it seems quiet. You leave, you step back, you stop responding, but something strange happens. They turn cold, angry, even paint you as the villain. Why? Because your silence broke an unspoken contract. You were the stabilizer of their chaos, the emotional trash can, the forgiver. Once you're gone, they feel exposed. It wasn't love they lost. It was the structure that kept their shadow hidden. Carl Jung wrote, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." And when you withdraw, you're not just leaving, you're breaking projection. Most people don't see you for who you are. They see you for what they need you to be. The caretaker, the fixer, the one who always says yes. But the cost is simple. You slowly disappear. Take Stacy. She was the 2 a.m. friend, the listener, the healer. Everyone's comfort, but no one's priority. The moment she set boundaries, her friends didn't ask if she was okay. They got angry. Not because she hurt them, but because she stopped absorbing their pain. Or John, the family peacemaker for decades. Holidays, fights, chaos, he carried it all. When he finally stepped back, they didn't thank him. They panicked. They called him selfish. They weren't angry because they lost a son or brother. They were angry because they lost their emotional scapegoat. This is the paradox of walking away. The people who call you selfish for leaving are often the same people who were selfish for staying. They needed you broken, compliant, endlessly available. And for the first time, you chose peace over performance. But here's the deeper truth. Walking away isn't only about them, it's about you. Because your overgiving, your endless availability, that was your shadow too. The part of you that believed love had to be earned by sacrifice, that your worth was tied to usefulness. When you finally leave, you're not punishing anyone, you're saving yourself. You're grieving the version of you that said yes when you meant no, that stayed when you wanted to run, that smiled when you wanted to scream. The grief you feel isn't guilt, it's mourning the years you abandoned yourself. But beneath the grief comes relief. The sacred relief of choosing yourself. The quiet freedom of saying, "This isn't working anymore." That's your soul welcoming you home. And in that homecoming, you begin to see. You see how much of your life was built around being needed instead of being loved. Around being useful instead of being valued. You see how exhaustion was disguised as loyalty. How being the good one meant being invisible. This clarity changes everything. You stop confusing being needed with being loved. You stop bleeding for people who wouldn't hand you a bandage. You stop proving yourself to those who only valued what you gave, never who you were. And slowly, you build new boundaries. Boundaries that protect your soul without hardening your heart. You learn to give without depletion, to help without disappearing, to love without losing yourself. This is the work Jung called individuation, becoming your authentic self, and it's never easy. It requires disappointing others, being misunderstood, losing people who only loved the version of you that kept them comfortable. But here's the promise. On the other side of walking away is freedom. Welcome home.